churches. And we do that based in the authority of Scripture and in the reality that Christians can be transformed. We do that also through bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. We'd love for you to learn more about Wesley Biblical Seminary at wbs.edu, where we're developing trusted leaders for faithful churches.
Jenna Ellis in the morning on American Family Radio.
I love talking about the things of God because of truth and the biblical worldview. The U.S. Constitution obligates our government to preserve and protect the rights that our founders recognize come from God, our Creator, not our government. I believe that Scripture in the Bible is very clear that God is the one that raised up each of you, and God has allowed us to be brought here to this specific moment in time.
This is Jenna Ellis in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is July 25th, and it is also Copper and Todd's birthday for those of you who follow my Golden Doodles on Instagram. It's a wonderful day, and we are having a party, as they call it, later. So you can wish them a happy second birthday. They're already 2 years old, and it's a great Friday to celebrate all of those things and, you know, all those momentous occasions in life. And we talked earlier this week about the Trump administration reaching, the second administration reaching that 6-month mark in office, and the conservative wins, the PR disasters, frankly, they're still ongoing, and also the promises that have been made that still need to be kept, where we go from here. How do we consider that in light of government being the institution that God ordained to promote good, restrain evil in society? And how do we measure that in terms of a metric? And within the context of that conversation, I want to broaden it a little more to bring in the other coordinate institutions that God ordained, which of course are the church and the family, because necessarily, if the government is doing its job, then it will be lesser than the church and the family, because those are the two institutions in which we live more. If we have the ability in a civil society to exercise our rights as given by God, our Creator, that are pre-political, then we shouldn't even have to worry about government. We should worry about being involved in our families primarily and our church primarily. And so we need to talk about where the culture is going. And I've been talking this week a little bit about kind of this shift that, as much as we can be frustrated at the headlines, and we should be, with, you know, Epstein, Obama, Russia collusion, all of that, the good news, and Friday we should have good news, right, is that there is, I think, a cultural shift, and especially in the younger upcoming generations, back toward reality, toward the church, toward the nuclear family, and I think toward a more biblically and morally upright society generally. Now, that's not true for everyone. Of course, we still have the evil of the left and the fake and false worldviews. But overall, I think that we are seeing a shift back to normative mores. And with that, I want to welcome in Alex McFarland, who is just a very dear friend, wonderful apologist for the person of God and truth, and of course, hosts Exploring the Word right here on American Family Radio Network. And I'm so grateful to have him as a colleague at AFR and also for this conversation. Because, Alex, I think it's so important to recognize not just the political wins and sort of this conservative populism, but underneath all of that, where we're going as a society in terms of worldview, because worldview